I think his songwriting ability has really grown as I've known him.
Spending a lot more time on trying to perfect the stories that are in my songs.
They're a lot more narratively driven.
And I want to make them sound different and new.
They're not just a hook and a bridge.
For this record, there was a lot of variation in how certain songs were written.
There's a lot more emotional depth in them.
Sometimes I throw to the folk side or the bluegrass side. Sometimes I throw to the rock blues influence. It's kind of a little mesh of a bunch of different similar genres that all kind of stem from the same place back in the day.
I can see him pulling from a lot of classical Spanish stuff, a lot of like prominent indie stuff right now, a lot of classic rock.
Acoustic guitar, mandolin, bluegrass instruments, things of that nature. But then I use it in like more of a classical form.
It's a really great blend. I think he's found like a really good niche to get across that sound he wants, that kind of like that darkness and depth. For me, specifically, since I'm going to be a creative voice on this, like when I play music, I really enjoy the improv that goes on. And catching everybody playing at the same time, there's a lot more communication going on. It's what you'll see live. It's the most accurate thing that we can give you.
Thomas is someone I've known since I was 11 years old. We've been playing music together off and on our whole like adult, teen, preteen lives.
We were in both the concert and jazz bands together. We would always stay a little bit afterwards and jam a little bit.
There's always this connection when he's on percussion that always makes me feel like the songs are going in the direction that they are meant to be going in.
I met him in the beginning of February, very beginning of February. So even though we haven't known each other that long, we became close very quickly.
When we hang out, there's just like an energy there of just musical, artistic joy.
The first thing that I started writing in 2 years was that song that Vinnie and I started, and it just kind of, I was messing around with something, and like, oh, that looks cool, can we try this? 2
of the songs that him and I have done that exact scenario I played out are going to be on this record, and I'm really excited about that because they're different, yet they're still me.
And we were sending each other voice memos of what we had just worked on and thought about after we had gotten together to write, because we were still so excited about it. It's going to be amazing when it's played live with a full band.
The album title is Arc-en-Ciel. Jean Mermoz was a French aviator who designed an airplane called Arc-en-Ciel. And I like that because Arc-en-Ciel means rainbow. There's a lot of songs in the album that talk about me and my brother that kind of tie in with that album cover concept, which is a picture of 2 kids who kind of look related approaching a house to paint it. Like they have paint all over their hands, like they're about to go child paint crazy. And it's supposed to be me and my brother. The innocence is so profound in like a sibling relationship at its youth. Like when you're close in age and you're together all the time, there's like nothing more innocent. I didn't want someone else to be responsible for me making my dream happen. I wanted to be the one responsible for it happening. And now I've realized that that's not real. You need a group, a collective of people that care about it as much as you do to make it happen. The Kickstarter is that the way I'm going to pull in those people that care as much as I do. The goal is to get $20,000 together to record the full record and release it in 2 installments. So I'd release the first half and then hopefully build some momentum and release the second half later with, singles on both halves of the record. I budgeted it all out below in the text, like you'll see what's going to where, how much is going to be spent on recording, mixing, musicians, post. It's like maximizing the money for the experience.